And so today I'm going to be sharing a little bit about Nicaragua and telling you all how it may be seen as like collectivist or individualist. So Nicaragua is a country in Central America. The capital is Managua. The population is about 6 million, which is really close to the size of the population of Maryland. They speak Spanish. They have a presidential republic. They gained independence from Spain, and some of their main like economy, their economy is like primarily based on exports, such as like textiles, which is fabric, agriculture, beef, coffee, and gold. And so they are mainly Roman Catholic, and Christian and Protestant are evangelical. So you can see it's there right in the middle of Central America. It's that red country. Okay, cool. Can we go to the next slide? Awesome. So if you're thinking about the size of Nicaragua in comparison to where we live as a country, it is just about the size of North Carolina and a little bit of Virginia. So can you raise your hands if you've ever heard of Nicaragua? Like, has anyone ever heard of that country? Okay, cool. It looks like a couple of you. Is there anything that you all like know in particular? Like if someone wants to come share something they know? Anybody that raised their hands? Maybe you just have heard of it? No? Okay. All right. Well, that's fine too. Well, anyways, so do you want to go to the next slide, Josh? Cool. So I want to talk about collectivism in Nicaragua. And so essentially this is more of a collectivist society because there's a lot of interdependence, especially a focus on family. So families are very, very close, and they work together to provide for each other. They help provide work opportunities for each other. And so this is really great because it helps create this strong network. And it allows you to rely on others to help you succeed. This also has to deal with social class. So if you're in a lower social class, you definitely see people sticking together because you may not have enough of one thing. So you can trade items, or you can trade services. Maybe one person is watching the children, or like another person is cooking. You can trade these great services and really know that you have people to depend on. Also, you can see collectivism based on religious practices. So being mainly Catholic, there's a strong sense of like giving back to your community and really teaching the young to have the community uphold each other and like promote good behaviors, and also just, creating a church community as well. And also you seeing this in like farming cooperatives. So as I said, like agriculture and coffee and beef are primary exports of Nicaragua. They produce a lot of those. And so they can help do that by working together in what's called a cooperative, where you may have like 4 farmers working together to produce the best product and the most of it, and be able to use the same tools and services as well. So I just wanted to also give you a little bit of history. I'm sorry, I'm kind of rushing through this. I have class at 1:30, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of historical context for maybe why we see collectivism in Nicaragua. And it's because, So mainly in the 1900s, there was a dictatorship in Nicaragua, the Somozas. And so you had the Sandinista National Liberation Front come in and try to overthrow them, essentially. And so they did that in the end of the 70s. And so they were promoting socialism. And so socialism is defined as a political and economic theory of social organization that advocates that the means of production, distribution, and exchange should be owned and regulated by the community as a whole. So you can maybe understand if you had a dictator, somebody that was demanding you do something a certain way, then people would really want to be able to come together and provide things for a whole. So if you have a dictator who is like really giving a lot to the elites and the wealthy people of a nation, and they kind of get all like the spoils and money, and it feels like they're stealing from the lower class, then you can maybe understand why they wanted to go to this more community-centered political organization. And so also you had a couple shifts in the economy, and from going to like a traditional like community farming to free market when Americans intervened in Nicaragua in the 80s. But now they're going back to cooperatives, and you see this reliance on a community. So that's a little bit of historical background. I'm sorry that was really quick. I'm also sorry we got started a little late, and I have to